Today, we are playing what I believe is the next best obby game. Now, what sets it apart is the fact that it is like 2D. It's like Mario, all right? And you know, Mario movie just came out. Everyone's got it on their mind. It's like Mario. It's you know, this 2D perspective, which honestly is very refreshing in the world of Roblox. You don't really get to see that kind of perspective that often. And to be honest, I enjoy this more. The music, just the full ambience of it, it is a fun game to play. I played this for like an hour yesterday, just forgetting to even record. I just kept on playing. And this goes off of the fact that, you know, we played Towers of Hell the other day, and I didn't really enjoy it, to be honest. It was hard, but it wasn't fun. And this game is hard but fun, if that makes any sense. So while you're struggling, you're still kind of enjoying it, right? And as you can see, this is just the first world. It's supposed to be the easiest one, but apparently, basically everyone who's played this game, barely anyone's even gotten to the second world. I have been able to almost get through the second world. However, I imagine I play this game a lot more than the majority of the player base has. So yeah, can you get farther than the second world? I don't know, but I think today that is my goal, basically. This first world, once you know what you're doing, it's not too hard, you know, obviously just jumping over the taxis, yada yada, not very hard to do. But it's when you get to this ramp, sometimes you can mess up on the jump. Right here, you just jump, there's a ladder, you go up it, you know. This part, I used to accidentally jump over, and you'd hit the trash can, and boom, we're in the Wild West, and I hit the cactus. And this is what makes it hardcore, all right? This is where the hell part of it comes in. You don't get to reset in the world that you're at. You start all the way back at the beginning, and you can see there's a 12-minute timer. I believe it's 15 minutes, the whole entire timer, but you only have a certain amount of time to even try to get through all of these worlds, and we could only get to the second one. So it is hard, but at the same time, the music, you know, the fact that the background of the game looks good actually makes it enjoyable to play, even when you're not succeeding, you know? I mean, even if you want to just add in some of your own music, you know, listen to some Playboy Cardi, whatever you like, this is a great just game to play to pass some time. We got some spikes here, very similar to Geometry Dash right there, you know, just trying to jump around objects a little bit. Not gonna lie, this does kind of disorient my eyes a little bit, but I think that's kind of the point, if I'm gonna be honest. I think that's kind of the point. Now, they did move the spikes a little bit, I believe, and I remember that. This is actually our first. We got through. I've never been here before. I don't know what we're doing. Wow. Well, we got to the third world, but it's like that's the first time I've been there. I don't know what to expect there. So obviously I'm gonna die, you know, because I don't know when I'm supposed to be jumping or anything. Very hard to win this on the fly for the first time. So we're now yet again back at the beginning, and we have to go all the way through this again. Jump down, jump right away. The second that we have that open space, we want to jump up and hit this ladder. Then we're back through here. We're already halfway through the first world. Jump over the trash bins, you know, so like this is already becoming a muscle memory. I can see how someone could win this whole game. Unlike Towers of Hell, where it just felt impossible. This game is hard, but at the same time, feels like if you commit enough time to it, you would be able to win it. You know, you would have the muscle memory in place to know the vibe of the world and when you're supposed to be jumping. We're already halfway through Wild West again. You know, like, we're making great progress. In fact, we might even be able to, I don't want to jinx it, but we might even make it back to the third world again, to be honest. Yeah, we did. And we're back to the theme park. And we died again. So I think this path is down, and then we have to jump back up. And I actually jumped over the clown. So yet again, we're going to have to go back to the beginning. So obviously you can just hit this right away. I've seen people hit it right away. But there's this cool feature, right? I'm not paying for it, but you can pay for, basically, you pay for this, and I believe it's a one-time respawn where you died. So if you get super far, this could be worth it. You know, if you're in like the 5th or 6th world and you hit something, you're like, I don't want to go all the way back to the beginning. Just pay the 5 Robux. It's really not much, you know. And they got a shop, so you can get invincible for 30 seconds and double jump. I've tried double jump once, however, it's just for 1 round. So if you die, that's it. That is it, you know. And this shop actually is based off of the coins, right? So we can buy this double jump and see what it's all about, right? So boom. And you can quite literally jump twice, but we hit the taxi because we weren't really paying attention. So super cool capability there. Then obviously they have a donate, and I believe they will be having Game Pass in the future, but there's not any right now. But let's just give this like 1 or 2 more tries, see if we can maybe get farther into that clown world. I think it's called the clown world, I think. But yeah, as you can see, we've really nailed down this first area. You know, we've got it down right down to a T. We know exactly what to do to stay alive here. And basically, I would say Wild West, we also have that just, you know, perfect. We can easily get through both of them. It's the 3rd world where we don't know what to do yet, and that is to be expected, you know. But once we've gone through that world enough, we're gonna know how to play it. Oh, you know what? I've actually never been up here. I've kept on taking this bottom route, and I've never been up on this part. So this is actually new for us. This is really cool. There's a whole other path that you can take. That's really cool. So it's very dynamic. You can choose to take different paths, and I like that. I think that is very creative and makes it not feel the same every single time. And again, we don't know what the farther along worlds look like. There could be a lot more of that. They can add in more worlds as the time goes on. Who knows? Because to be honest, I mean, just this format of a game, I haven't seen it in Roblox before, but it just seems like such a good format. So many people like obby games, but like this is just beautiful, you know, just having a 2D, I'm calling it 2D just because of the perspective that it's at, but obviously it's not literally 2D because you can see the 3D-ness of things, but you know what I mean, you know, from this perspective. You don't see obby games that are like this, but I guess this would count as an obby game, you know. It would be cool to see maybe they add in a little bit of lore to it, like it's Mario, you know, and add in objective at the end of all these worlds or something. Or, you know, they start out with this Runners of Hell version, right? But maybe they go to, oh, we hit the clown. But maybe they go to a different idea, right? One that's not hardcore, where you do respawn at the end of the worlds, where you have something like the castles in Mario that, you know, you hit the flag at the end, boom, you finish that world. That'd be cool to see if you guys play this game enough and it gains enough popularity for them to invest in maybe another game in the series. That would be really cool to see something like that, in my opinion. But for now, this is amazing, you know. Until I'd say a good enough people are able to reach the end of this, there's no point in making another one, right? So that's how I feel about it. And as you can see, you know, again, like we were able to get decently far. That's great. I think we're just trolling at this point. But like we're able to get it. But like, you know, we're able to get pretty far into the game now. So I can definitely see defeating this game. Maybe some records. I mean, max 15 minutes, right? You don't have all the time in the world. So it's not like you really have a choice on that side of things. But it would still be really cool to see how quickly someone can get through this. Let me know, guys, if you are able to defeat this whole game. Are you able to get farther than me? That would be cool to see. I'd love to see someone outdo me, because to be honest, for once, I'm feeling like maybe this is a game I'm actually decent at. I say that and then I die, but it's because I'm not putting my full focus into it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, we've been, you know, Wow. So that's another thing, is that red block up there. I rarely hit it, but I'm going to show you guys what I used to accidentally do every single time, and I would die to it every single time, right? Is when you go up here and you go here, I kept on jumping here, and then you hit that trash can and you die. And it took me like 20 tries to finally figure out, oh, you just drop down, right? Because for some reason, it's like human instinct. When you're about to drop off of something, you don't want to drop off of it. I want to jump off of it. You know what I mean? That just seems like it's a better option. So I would just keep on jumping off of this, but then that wouldn't set me up to be able to drop down into the hole and then jump back up in time. But once you figure that out, this is just a loop that goes 2 times over again for this world. So pretty easy once you figure that out to get through this world. And kind of the same with Wild West, except it changes the placement of the spikes. I do sometimes mess up the jumps a little bit though, but the overall vibe of what I'm supposed to be doing, I do have down pretty well up until Clown. So we're able to get to the 3rd world, but after the 3rd world, or I mean even the 3rd world itself, I have no clue what I'm supposed to do. As we saw, all times I've gotten to that Clown, I just keep on dying over and over again at the same spot because I don't know what I'm supposed to do there. I have a feeling I do, but like I don't know how much time I have to make the maneuvers I want to make, and yada yada yada. So I just die, which is, you know, fair enough. But obviously these red blocks there you die to as well. Wild West starts really quickly. So the first couple times I got to Wild West, I hit the cart right away because it just comes so quickly that you just kind of, you know, you're left off guard by it. But hey, is what it is. I like the cactuses. I was jumping over them all yesterday, and I never even, I just forgot to jump. That's awkward. But I never even tested to see if maybe you can just go through the cactuses. But we did learn today that you can't go through the cactuses. Yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed what I think will be maybe the next best obby obstacle parkour game for people to play. I would highly recommend checking it out. I'll definitely have a link below for you to go and just go check it out. Yeah, really cool game. It literally, like, I am the only person playing it right now, and that should not be the case because this game deserves more people playing than that. And if you are playing with other people, you can actually see them, you know, it's multiplayer. You can see them chasing along with you. So you can chase your friends a little bit. You can watch your friend die, and you know, if you're in a VC with your friend, or even just in text chat, you can be like, you know, lol, you're bad, you know, like really rub it into your friend or to a random person that they're just bad at the game, you know. So I think this game has an insane amount of potential, and I hope you do too, because I want to play this more in the future. And the only way I'm going to be playing it more in the future is if there's interest in me playing it more in the future. So yeah, let me know if you want to see maybe me get all the way to the end, see how quickly I can get to the end. If you want any tricks or tips about the game, or anything for that matter. So yeah, in the meantime, stay snazzy. Yeah, peace.